Welcome back to my mathematics class.
And still, we are in the topic of factoring polynomials. Tapos na natin ang common monomial factoring ng Monday. And ng Tuesday ay ang difference of two squares. And yesterday is sum and difference of two cubes. Pagsasabayin ko po ngayong araw na to ang perfect square trinomial and general trinomial. Why? Because perfect square trinomial is under general trinomial. It's just that this trinomial is a special trinomial. For general trinomial, meron pa tayong a equals 1 and a is greater than 1. Perfect square trinomial, general trinomial where a equals 1 and a greater than 1. For factoring general trinomial, specifically, we will focus on factoring quadratic trinomial in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c where a equals 1. Meaning, lahat ng given natin trinomial, ang highest exponent ay 2 kasi nga quadratic. And then, the numerical coefficient of the first term, which is a, is equal to 1. So, for this tutorial video, magpo-focus tayo ng a equals 1. Then, there is another tutorial video where a is greater than 1. The only rule to find the factored form of this quadratic trinomial is to find the factors of c whose sum is equal to b. So, ano itong tinutukoy ko? Let's start. Example number 1. X squared plus 7x plus 12. Step 1 will identify the factors of x squared. X squared is the first term of our given quadratic trinomial. And the factors of x squared is x and x. Now, we will write these factors of x as the first term of our binomial factor. So, we'll write here x, another x here. Step 2. We'll identify the value of a, the value of b, and the value of c from our given quadratic trinomial. So, the value of a is 1. Yung katabi ni x squared, wala kang nakikita. Kaya that is invisible 1. And for the value of b, it is 7. The numerical coefficient of the middle term. And c is the constant term, which is 12. Step 3. For step 3, we'll draw a box. This will make your life easier to solve. And for a clean solution with 2 rows and 3 columns. For the first column, we'll write factors of c. For the second box, we'll write sum is b. And for the third box is our answer. Okay, I said a while ago that the only rule to find the binomial factors of a given quadratic trinomial where a equals 1 is to find the factors of c whose sum is b. And our c is equal to 12 and b is equal to 7. Now, to find the answer and for the solutions, we'll write all the factors of 12. And then the factors of 12 are 1 and 12. Another is 2 and 6. And 3 and 4. Now, which of these factors has a sum of 7? Let's try to add these factors. For the first factor, 1 and 12. If we add it, the sum is equal to 13. hindi ito yung hinahanap natin. Ang hinahanap natin ay 7. Try natin si 2 and 6. 2 plus 6 equals 8. Hindi rin ito yung hinahanap natin. So, mali ulit. Another, for the last one, 3 plus 4 equals 7. Oops, tignan. Pareho. Ito yung hinahanap natin. So, check. Therefore, ang hinahanap nating factors of 12 is 3 and 4. 3 and 4. This 3 and 4 will add it to the first term of our binomial factors. So, this is x positive 3 will now become x plus 3, and x, the other factor is 4, plus 4. Now, the factored form of x squared plus 7x plus 12 is the product of x plus 3 and x plus 4. This is now the final answer. Example number 2. X squared minus 7x plus 12. So, step 1, we'll factor out x squared, which is the first term. And the factors for x squared is x and x. And these factors of x squared is the first term of the binomial factors. X, x. Another, step 2. The value of a is equal to 1. Ayun. Walang katabi si x squared, meaning invisible 1. The value of b is equal to negative 7. Ayun. Tandaan na kung ano ang operation, yun din ang sign. Kung minus 7x yan, therefore, ang sign ni 7 ay negative. For c, it is 12. Ayun, yung constant term. For step 3, we'll draw a box with 2 rows and 3 columns. For the first box, we'll write factors of c, which is equal to 12. For the second box, we'll write sum of b, which is equal to negative 7. And now, the third box is our answer. Okay. We'll write again the factors of 12, which are 1 and 12, 2 and 6, 3 and 4. So, ito rin yung mga factors natin kanina. Pero kung napansin ninyo, yung sum kanina, lahat ay positive. So, paano tayo makakaproduce ng negative 7? So, isip tayo ng other factors of 12. Ano sa palagay ninyo? Negative 1 and negative 12. Because negative 1 times negative 12 is equal to positive 12. Negative times negative is positive. Another factor is negative 2 and negative 6. Negative 2 times negative 6 is equal to positive 12. Another factor is negative 3 and negative 4. So, negative 3 times negative 4 is positive 12. Try naman natin ito. Okay? So, what is negative 1 plus negative 12? This is equal to negative 13. Hindi ito yung hinahanap natin. Try natin si second factor. Negative 2 plus negative 6. This is equal to negative 8. Hindi ulit. Try natin itong pangatlo. Negative 3 plus negative 4. This is equal to negative 7. Ayun ang hinahanap natin. Therefore, the factors of 12 whose sum is negative 7 are negative 3 and negative 4. Sulat natin dito, negative 3 and negative 4. Again, we'll add this to our first term, x negative 3. So, minus 3. And then, x negative 4. So, x minus 4. The factored form of x squared minus 7x plus 12 is the product of x minus 3 and x minus 4. Box na natin. Ayan, box na. And that is our final answer. Example number 3. X squared plus 6x plus 9. For step 1, we'll factor out x squared, our first term, which is x and x. And then we'll rewrite it as the first term of our binomial factors. X here and x here. Step 2, we'll identify the value of a. And the value of a is invisible 1. The value of b is the numerical coefficient of the second term, 6. And the value of c is equal to 9. For step 3, we'll draw a box with 2 rows and 3 columns. So for the first box, we'll write factors of c, whose sum is b, and our answer. Now, the value of c is equal to 9 and the value of b is equal to 6. Then, write down all the factors of 9, which is 1 and 9 and 3 times 3. Since our c is positive and our b is also positive, hindi na natin kailangan mag-negative. Okay? Let's try to add this. 1 plus 9 is 10. And then 3 plus 3 is 6. So, ang 6 ang hinahanap natin. Therefore, the factors of 9, whose sum is 6, is 3 and 3. Okay? Positive 3 and positive 3. So, sulat natin dito, positive 3 and positive 3. What have you observed? The two factors are exactly the same. Therefore, we can rewrite it as, sulat ko na lang sa baba, the square of x plus 3. And if your factors is a square of a binomial, like this one, a square of x plus 3, the trinomial, the given quadratic trinomial, is what we call a perfect square trinomial. Again, kung ang factors natin ay square ng binomial, tulad nito, in-square natin si x plus 3. Therefore, yung given na quadratic trinomial, ang tawag dyan ay perfect square trinomial. Example number 4. X squared minus 8x plus 16. Step 1. We'll expand x squared, and this is now equal to x times x. This 2x will become the first term of each binomial factor. Step 2, we'll identify the value of a, the value of b, and the value of c. The value of a is equal to 1, the value of b is equal to negative 8, and the value of c is equal to 16. So again, kaya ito negative 8 kasi kung anong operation, yun din ang sign. Negative 8 or minus 8. So that is negative 8. Step 3. For step 3, we'll draw again a box with 2 rows and 3 columns. For the first box, we'll write factors of C. Second box, sum is B. And our answer. So the value of C is equal to 16. And the value of B is equal to negative 8. Now we'll write down the factors of 16, which is 1 and 16. Another is 2 and 8. Another is 4 and 4. Meron pa, negative 1 at negative 16. Next is negative 2 and negative 8. And then, negative 4 and negative 4. Yan. So, diba? Negative times negative is positive. Which of these factors has a sum of negative 8? Trial and error tayo ulit. 1 plus 16 is equal to 17. So, hindi ito yung hinahanap natin. 2 plus 8 equals 10. So, hindi ito yung hinahanap natin. 4 plus 4 equals 8. 8. Ang kailangan natin ay negative 8. So, mali ulit. And then, negative 1 plus negative 16 is negative 17. Hindi ulit ito. Negative 2 plus negative 8 is negative 10. Hindi ulit. Isa na lang. Negative 4 plus negative 4 is negative 8. Uy, ito yung hinahanap natin. Therefore, the factors of 16 whose sum is negative 8 is negative 4 and negative 4. Now, we'll add it to our binomial factors. This is now x minus 4 and x minus 4. Same ulit ang ating binomial factors. Therefore, we can rewrite it as the square of x minus 4. And our factor is a square of a binomial. Therefore, x squared minus 8x plus 12 is a perfect square trinomial. Ito ang ating final answer. Ayan. Example number 5. X squared plus 3x minus 18. Step 1. Expand the first term, which is x squared, and this is now equal to x times x, which will become the first term of our binomial factors. Step 2. The value of a is equal to 1. The value of b is equal to positive 3. And the value of c is equal to negative 18. Step 3. We'll draw a box with 2 columns and with 2 rows and 3 columns. So we'll write for here factors of c whose sum is b and our answer. The value of c is equal to negative 18. The value of b is equal to 3. So we'll write down the factors of negative 18. So pwede dito ang negative 1 and 18. magkaiba ng sign para ang makuha nating product ay negative 18. Therefore, pwede rin ang 1 and negative 18. Binaligtad ko lang, di ba? Another, negative 2 and positive 9. Next is, baligtarin natin, positive 2 and negative 9. Another, negative 3 and positive 6. Baligtarin natin, positive 3 and negative 6. Ayan. Next, add natin, alin sa mga factors na ito ang mayroong sum o kapag pinag-plus ay equal to positive 3. So, negative 1 plus 18 is 17. So, hindi ito ang hinahanap natin. Positive 1 times negative 18 is negative 17. Hindi ulit ito. Negative 2 times plus 9 is 7. Hindi pa rin. 2 plus negative 9 is negative 7. Hindi ulit. Negative 3 plus 6 is positive 3. Ayun, ang hinahanap natin. Positive 3. So, hindi na natin kailangan i-add to dahil nakita na natin ang ating hinahanap. Therefore, the factors of negative 18, whose sum is 3, is negative 3 and 6. So, we'll add this to our first term in the binomial factors. It will become x minus 3, and this one will become x plus 6. This is now our final answer. And the factored form of x squared plus 3x minus 18. Example number 6. X squared minus 3x minus 18. For step 1, we'll expand the first term, which is x squared, and this is now equal to x times x. That will become the first term of our binomial factors, x and then x. Step 2, identify the value of a, the value of b, and the value of c. The value of a is equal to 1, the value of b is equal to negative 3, and the value of c is equal to negative 18. Step 3, we'll draw a box with 2 rows and 3 columns. For the first box, we'll write factor of c, sum of b, and then our answer. And the value of c is equal to negative 18. The value of b is equal to negative 3. So, we'll find factors of negative 18 whose sum is negative 3. We'll write down all the factors of negative 18. And one of the factor is negative 1 and positive 18. Because negative 1 times positive 18 is negative 18. So, we need to obtain a product of negative 18. Another factor, baliktarin lang natin yung sign. Yung sign, ibigay naman natin kay 18. Yung negative sign. So, this is now positive 1, negative 18. Another is negative 2 and positive 9. Then, 2 and negative 9. Then, negative 3 and positive 6. Then, positive 3 and negative 6. Next is, we'll do the trial and error. Which of these factors of negative 18 has a sum of negative 3? So, for the first factor, the sum of negative 1 and 18 is 17. The sum of 1 and negative 18 is negative 17. The sum of negative 2 and 9 is 7. The sum of 2 and negative 9 is negative 7. The sum of negative 3 and 6 is positive 3. And the sum of 3 and negative 6 is negative 3. So, what we needed is negative 3. Ito yun. So the factors of negative 18, whose sum is negative 3, are 3 and negative 6. We'll add these two factors to our first term of the binomial. This now will become x plus 3 kasi positive 3. And then it will become x minus 6 kasi negative 6. Therefore, the factored form of x squared minus 3x minus 18 is the product of x minus 3 and x minus 6.